What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the 1 hourly. We talked about this ascending channel that we did have for Bitcoin, breaking down this area, getting a consolidation. Now, the probabilities, of course, in going to lower levels is higher, but I'm going to show you what major levels we can see as support for a potential bounce, what harmonic pattern I am eyeing for here for Bitcoin, and also we're going to take a look at GMT, and I'm going to tell you why GMT is very likely going to hit the $1 area in the next coming days, so make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. New to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin crypto. I also do live streams to connect with the community. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything that I say, and if you do so, do your own research. Let's dive in here, guys. Make sure to smash up the like button because we're not going to take a look at the weekly chart. We talked about this, okay, on yesterday's video. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to check out yesterday's video with the weekly scenario, okay, why I do think that we're not going to break successfully below $25,000. Okay, looking at the weekly, but zooming in here on the 1 hourly, we talked about this scenario over here where we potentially going to break down this major support from this ascending channel. Okay, we haven't done it with too much volume, but volume can start kicking in right now. We are actually at the lowest value area low, as you can see, so we do need that push down, all right, on the Bitcoin price right now, because we basically not pushing down with volume. We're just sitting below this major support, okay, area, turning into resistance, okay, from this ascending channel. And what I want to show you in today's episode is what levels could we bounce from, because I think it is very, very likely that Bitcoin, will be hitting, $28,000, maybe even $27,000, okay, around that range. But I am looking from this exact area a potential bounce, where I actually think that Bitcoin could bounce to the upside from this level, but a little bit of more downside is very, very possible. And I am looking for that potential bounce. Where, at what exact levels are you looking for that bounce? Well, just keeping it simple in a nutshell, okay, Fibonacci retracement from the low to the highs over here, in between already the 382 to the 618 area, all right, which would be the 27.5K level, where we could potentially get that bounce on Bitcoin, in my personal opinion. It is also a major level on the 4 hourly. It is a 4 hourly close right over here where we could get a little bit of volatility, and hit that level and get supported exactly at that 618 level. And if we take a look at the 1 hourly chart, okay, let me just go to the 1 hourly chart here for this, quick major level. I want to show you, the biggest volumes that we've had, okay, for the last 10 days is on the 11th of May and on the 12th of May, where we actually got that big massive bounce, all right, once we hit that 25.3 range low, all right. Remember, on the 12th of May, we exactly, got that big massive bounce here with some pretty nice volume on the 1 hourly. So the top of this 1 hourly candle with this big volume is exactly also the closes at around about the 27.5, 27.6, okay, where we should be getting some kind of reaction at that level, okay. 618, big volume on the 1 hourly. This is why I do think that we could actually get a bounce from those levels. Of course, we can come lower. I'm just looking at, the major support levels here. Remember, we were talking about this inverse head and shoulder also scenario with this descending neckline. We have actually bounced, okay. It's not the most beautiful, all right, because this is a bit of an aggressive descending neckline, but we're actually getting a bounce, okay, already from this neckline. We've had a bounce here to the 618 to perfection from this drop. Now, like I said, when you break a trend line, you are probably going to retest it. Even though you have broken it, you're not going to skyrocket from this moment. You could actually retest it for a few times and then get the bounce, all right. So this is what I am eyeing right now on Bitcoin, guys. I am expecting lower levels, but I am also expecting a potential big bounce in between that $28,000, all right. We might have a little bit of volatility, a little bit of a few wicks, all right, but I think it's very likely we're going to create a higher low from this region. And that's only my personal opinion. If we do successfully create that higher low, round at the level, okay, well above $26,000, I am eyeing, okay, a potential harmonic pattern that I will be talking about once we create that higher low and that big consolidation and a potential bounce, where I do think will be breaking well above $32,000 in the next coming weeks if we do manage to create that higher low. But of course, that is still pure speculation. We'll be eyeing that in the next few days if we do manage to create that higher low. Okay, and what I want to tell you is that that harmonic is valid if we do actually start pumping to the upside from this exact moment, because we are already hitting an important Fibonacci harmonic level, which is the 382. Okay, so we are actually at that 382 from the low of 25.3 to the high of just 31.4 here, hitting that 382, which is very much valid, okay, for that nice price action to the upside in the coming weeks. Remember, on Bybit, for experienced traders, you have an insane bonus of up to $4,050. And if you have signed up with my link in the description, you are eligible for this airdrop. If you do have over 10 USDT, you can have a 100 USDT position on the Ethereum USDT perpetual. All the information is down below in the description. All right, I will be leaving this link for this page down below to see if you are eligible. So let's dive in here into GMT, guys, because GMT is looking very good now for a major drop. All right, since we broke this kind of ascending symmetrical triangle, I would say, okay, I am eyeing this bullish Gartley pattern that could turn into a bullish bat pattern, and I'm going to explain right away in just a few minutes. But let's just zoom out here and see where we are here on the 4 hourly with GMT token, because you know I did made very successful trades on GMT for the last few weeks, and since we broke this major trend line here from March, as you can see right over there, we've been in a big massive downtrend, and you know each support and resistance zones has been turning, you know, has been getting that rejection to perfection. Okay, as you can see, we did have this major support created from April, bouncing at that $2 range. As soon as we broke it, successful resistance turning, you know, and having that major drop. And also we did have a support bounce right over here on March, as you can see, and also one over here in May, the 9th of May, getting that bounce from that $1.75. Soon as we broke that range, it has been major resistance. Now, what has happened here in the immediate short term, because the trend is to the downside, we are hitting major resistance here at the 175, as you can see just in the last few days. So it's very, very likely going to get rejected and continue to the downside. So if we just zoom in to see what has happened in this price action, as soon as we got rejected from that 175, we have had a kind of symmetrical triangle, right? Where we have had these lower highs, as you can see, higher lows, and the price of BTC actually breaking down, okay, the last higher low over here, getting consolidation. We are actually at below the biggest point of control here on GMT, which is at the $1.50 from the last 10 days, okay, volume traded. Now what we can expect here is that we are actually going to come all the way down here to almost retest the lows, or even potentially retested it. But what I want to show you here, of course, you know, this kind of symmetrical triangle, we are in a downtrend, most of the volume is down, and this textbook target, okay, is getting the width of this symmetrical triangle from the breakout. It is showing you that we can actually hit that $1 range, but we've also got a Gartley pattern, okay, which is taking the low here, right over here, to this high, to this 50% retracement, to the next lower high over here, which is the 0.88. All right, from this actual drop, you're hitting the 0.88, creating that lower high to have that potential Gartley pattern where you are going to very likely lose these lows at the $1.20 level, $1.25, okay? And this is it. This would be the Gartley pattern where you could potentially get a bounce here at round about that $1 area. It is the target of this symmetrical triangle that we have broken down from, and very likely that we are going to hit, you know, the 0.7978, which is the Gartley, okay, D point, where you could get a potential big bounce. It would be also the value area low, which would be round about the 90 cent. And what I want to show you that a Gartley pattern can turn into a bat pattern. They have very strong similarities. And what could happen here is that instead of hitting the 0.78 and getting the bounce, you could actually hit the 0.88, which would be that crab pattern, all right, which would be hitting the value area low here, as you can see, from this volume traded range, and potentially getting that bounce. Okay, so I am looking to target that $1 90-cent level, all right, on GMT, where you could create that higher low and get a big bounce. Okay, so this is what I am seeing on GMT. Bitcoin and GMT can be traded on Bybit. Remember, you got an insane bonus down below in the description. Check out the Bitcoinsensus website for the latest news, technical analysis ideas, totally free information down below. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.